Hello, everyone. I am your host, Jovan, and we are back for another episode. I'm sitting here with Solomon Pieters, one of the founders of Vitaux Clothing. Thanks for stopping by today on a Saturday.
No, of course. I don't have to come pull up, check it out.
Cheers, bro. I appreciate it. Let's jump right into it. For anyone that doesn't know you, introduce yourself quickly.
So my name's Solomon Pieters, as you heard. I am from England, born over there in 1999. Came over here in 2008. Went to high school in St. Patrick's, so go Celtics, if you guys know what school that is. So I'm Main and 12th. What else? Yeah, so I started this clothing brand last year, and yeah, that's mainly it. There's not really a lot to
Are you in school right now, or?
Nah, I'm not in school, just full-time in the business, just started that. Also work at a clothing store called Dipped, Van City. I also do a couple other things. I help promote some events. Yeah, but my main focus is obviously my branding of the clothing line, just to make sure that flourishes.
You're 20, right? 99?
Yeah, 20, 99. I think a year younger than you.
Yeah.
Younger, yeah.
So did you ever go to school or no? After high school?
No, because what happened was my mom literally told me she couldn't afford it, and so whatever money I had, I saved it, and instead of spending it on stupid things, I invested it and started a company.
Respect, bro. Yeah, it's doing well now. It's been just over a year. You just had your launch, or not launch party, sorry, your 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary party December 8th. So I think it was last week or the week before. One or two. I know it was a week or something ago.
Nice. And your latest drop is?
Yes, the latest drop we just did was a champion collab we had, thankfully. We call it the Gummy Collection, also 1 year anniversary collection, just because it's more celebratory. With like the colors are more like colorful, like balloons and stuff. So we want to make it more simple. But yeah.
Nice. Show the camera that one, man. The sleeve's nice on there.
Yeah. See the sleeve? It's right here. I don't know how you're going to see this, but yeah. Different colors, just something more colorful compared to the normal drops. But yeah.
What is that, 6 colors in there, right?
Yeah.
So for anyone that doesn't know how to pronounce the brand, because I had trouble too, right? It's spelled Vitaux.
Yeah. And it's French. So it's Vitaux Clothing, and it means, Vitaux means vital in French.
Yeah.
So that's what people always understand. Like, what does it mean? I'm like, oh, it's vital in French. We wanted to make a simple clothing line for people to wear, instead of like people trying to like wear something like how it has to be like cut and sew, which means like you have to get the fabrics and wear a certain way. Like, no, we wanted to make something more simple so others could just wear it and just feel like relaxed. They don't have to be like, oh, you have to wear like some type of way. Like if you want to dress up with it, we have polos for you guys. If you want to just like wear something to like go to the gym, we have normal t-shirts. If you want to wear something more like comfortable, we have the champion sweats,
You have the full sleeve polos, right?
Yeah, we have full long.
Yeah, those are fire, man. You don't really see that often.
Right? Because a lot of people don't think of that stuff. I was like, yo, what can we do that's different and unique? I was like, let's make polos. They're like, oh, okay, bet. And
so you and your boy Matt started this, right?
Yes, Matt Augustin, my boy. We've been homies since like grade 9 now. And me and him, we're just risk takers, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. We're just like the risk takers. We don't care what we have to do stuff. Like, this dude literally bought his first car when he was 19, and it was crazy because this dude just come texting me, I just bought a red Mercedes. I'm like, a lot of people buy, Corollas or something. No, he just went straight up, just like, I'm buying a red Mercedes. I'm like, okay, bet, we're gonna do this. And
he wanted it.
He just wanted it. He got. That's the thing about us. Like, if we want something, we just do it. Like, we don't care what the circumstances are, the risks are. Like, the positive, negatives. It's like, okay, we're gonna do it. Let's just do it right. If we can, then we'll have to just do it again.
So what was the inspiration you and Matt had? Was it kind of let's just build a brand, or was it clothing the whole time?
So my main goal was to start a clothing library by like 2 years from now, hopefully. But I think it's like Matt kept on coming to me. He's like, let's start a brand. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that yet, because I don't know if I'm really secure about how I feel about myself and even fashion. But then it's like one day we just found out we had enough money to do it, and we invested. Instead of like spending all the cash, we got to be like, yo, let's go buy some laptops, and get some new phones and stuff. Like, obviously what kids want to do. And I was like, no, bro. What was the idea you said about a couple months ago? He's like, yo, do you mean this? And I was like, no. What the other one? What about your clothing brand? I'm like, oh. I was like, yeah, let's try that out. Let's try this one out. And obviously, because I work at Dipped, I have my big homie Jeff Martini. He's like the owner of Dipped. He helped me out. He's like, okay. I showed him like my whole blueprint of what I'm gonna do. I was like, oh, if I do this, do that. He's like, you know what? You're onto something here. He's like, okay, I'll help you 100%. I was like, okay. And he's like, also, if you want to, you can sell at the store. I was like, whoa, what? Because like there's thousands of people that email us about putting their stuff inside our store. And like for him to give me the opportunity to even like sell it there and even have like my events there, which was like
That's huge,
big thing. And I always have to appreciate him for that, because like no matter what, he's like a big bro for me to just help me out. Like, she literally just took care of us. And that's how we started the brand, because instead of like spending money, we invested it. And that's what a lot of people have to understand. Like, you don't just spend, you know, if you save, you can spend it and do stupid stuff with it. But instead, like, I want to just invest our stuff into something different and make it something our own. Because like my main goal is to start a clothing library for kids that can't afford clothes. Because I remember when I was younger, I couldn't always afford clothes I wanted to buy. So now my goal is to start a clothing library, which is like kind of like a rental thing. So people can come in, buy like, or like rent out 5 items a week for like $25 a month or something. And they can just like reuse the clothes, try it for styles, see if they like the fashion.
Then return it each week.
Yeah, then return it each week. And
Nice.
if they want to, at the end of the year, if we have the extra clothes, we can sell it to them. Or even if worst comes to us, hopefully I'll be rich enough to be like, just give it to them. Like, here you go. You really want it? Have it, you know?
Yeah, that's respect.
Thank you for, yeah. But I also want to start a clothing store in 2 years, hopefully. But it's like, it's going to be some time, because that's a new venture for me, but I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But I'm willing to try it, because like, I just want to try it out to see if it works, you know, start something new. Because there's no like clothing brands over here that like, trying to start something new than just having like one brand. I'm trying to bring like a bunch of brands together, kind of like the basement, but like newer, because like I want to have like a clothing company, but then also have other brands come in, so that like, one day can be my brand, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday could be my brand. But
In the shop, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then after that, on Saturdays can be like a barber day, and then Sunday can be like a whole day for like resellers to come and sell their clothes or their kicks, whatever it is. And like other days can be like other clothing brands, or like events could be happening. I want people to be like, oh, for the people that are like, oh, I want to try this, but I don't know where to do it. Hi, I'm Solomon. I'm here to help you out.
A straight up platform for these guys, right?
And that's what Vitaux is also. It's more than just a clothing brand these days. Like we started a night event from it. We've done like a bunch of events from it. We've done we're doing music now. We're helping kids that want to do music. It's like stuff like that. We're just trying to make a platform for everybody to be able to do their own thing.
Because through all these events, you build connections, right? And you share the connections with
other people. Because like connections, all you need is connections, and you'll be good.
Yeah,
which is like. Sometimes I'm not even the biggest people person, but sometimes I have to sacrifice that to be like, you know what? For me to help out this other person, I'm going to have to sacrifice how I feel about doing stuff and just do it because it helps out the cause and other people.
Sometimes it's who you know, not what you know, right?
Exactly. Because the thing is like, I'm not a smart kid. I'm not going to lie to you. Me and Matt are not like the smartest kids ever, but like to start a brand, like we needed like the help, and we need to like do some research and things. Thankfully together, we're able to like build something from it, but obviously it's not like the perfect thing yet. But at least right now, what we're doing is still like starting a launching pad to show others that you can do it. You don't need to be at a school. You don't need to have the money for it. Like if you save and if you really just push to do something, if you have real passion for something, any door's open for you. That's all I've wanted to tell anyone. It's like you always have to have passion for what you're doing. You can do whatever you want in the world. That's it.
How about like the startup cost, if you don't mind sharing, like for someone that wants to get in the clothing game, right? Like what's a rough breakdown on that? What are you spending your money on mainly?
Probably like, well, obviously, like if you're doing embroidery, it's something different. Then you have to get samples. You have to get like other clothes. Like if you want to use a manufacturer, if you want to do consoles, it's gonna be different, a different price. But for us, because the street brand, we just wanted to use like simple clothes. So we got like a local brand or local manufacturer down in Winnipeg, and so that cost us that, and then shipping. I'm saying we probably were looking around like 4 or 5K
to do a good startup.
Yeah,
right?
a good startup. If you want like a full size or like all that stuff, you need to have at least a good 4 or 5K.
Yeah, because you let's say you have like hoodies, polos, and shirts. You need small, medium, large, extra small, extra large.
Exactly. You gotta have like small sizes like that, and you have to think about like. Then you got to think about also like if you're gonna promote it, like if you're doing giveaways or if you're doing like stuff to give to models, like stuff like that. You need to have extra inventory, and that's like coming out of your pocket because you're not getting that money back. But publicity is like.
How was it finding the supplier though in Winnipeg? Like, how did you come upon that? Were you just looking online? Or?
Jeff Martini, the guy from Dipped, he's the one that was like, he's like, I have some people you might be interested in looking. I was like, oh, okay. And he just helps out.
He's probably well connected because he's been in the industry for years. He's
been in the game for years. Yeah. He's like, before even Dipped, he had another store called Fuck What You Heard. Sorry, the profanity. But like, we had that store. He had that store from like, I think 1994 to like 98 or something. I don't even know for sure. Sorry, Jeff, if I don't know it very well. But like, I know he had another store, but then he had his first clothing brand he started when he was 20. And like, he's been in the game for like another like 20-ish, nearly 20 to 30 years now, which is crazy.
So in the beginning of the startup, right? Starting the brand, what was the hardest part you found, the most challenging to yourself? Because I know you and Matt.
The name. I ain't gonna lie to you, the name.
So you had this idea before the name came.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, you can start a brand, but it's like, what do you want to do? The next thing is like the direction you want to do for a clothing brand. It's like, yeah, you can have a brand, but it's like, what do you want to do with it? Like, do you want to go in this direction? Do you want to do that? You want to do this? I'm like, okay, let's do something simple, minimalistic. Because like,
how'd you find the name though? Like, how'd you come up with it?
So first it was called Vitaux. Also, it's just Vitaux Clothing.
Yeah.
But then what happened was on Instagram, the name was taken, and Matt and I were like, Matt was like, dang it. Well, I was like, what's happening? He's like, the name's taken. I'm like, what do you mean? We had everything ready, the logo, all that stuff was done. But then after that, the logo was like, everything was like messed up after the Instagram was like, oh, it was taken. See me, that was like, maybe it's a sign from God, we shouldn't do it, we should quit.
Was that your first obstacle you ran into?
Yeah.
A big obstacle?
Yeah, big obstacle was like the name, because obviously your name's in a...
That's huge.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And he told me, he's like, what about Vitaux? And when I first heard it, I was like, yo, what the hell are you talking about, bro? That sounds like ass. And he was like, just think about it. I was like, okay, fine, you know. Thought about it, and after that I should pray about it. I asked my mom, because my mom's a big support for like whatever I do. I always ask her first, because she's the one that's done a bunch of businesses also when she was younger. So I was like, okay, mom, what do you think about this? She's like, I like it. It sounds more sleek. And after I slept on it a couple nights, like, you know, it sounds better, because the thing is like, if you want to go in another direction now, it's like if you want to do like, oh, Vitaux Clothing sounds a bit more posh, so you can do luxury clothing with it. We could do more things than just like a clothing like Vitaux. Okay, bet that what's Vitaux? It's Vitaux. Simple stuff. Vitaux, you can sell a definition of what it is. You can translate it to another language. Like, it's like other things that you can open other doors. I'm like, okay, this is more of an opening for other things we can do. I was like, okay, let's use that name instead.
That's smart. And you can do many things with it.
Exactly.
Well, I know you guys throw a lot of events, right? I always see you doing pop-ups here and there. How does that help you with your brand? Do you find that's helping a lot?
It helps a lot, because you meet a lot of people, and a lot of people like, it's sometimes you can see a lot of people scared to come. I have to admit, because it's like, oh, you see these guys, like, oh, these guys are starting something. I'm like, no, you guys don't have to be afraid of what we do. Like, we're just like, y'all.
Very opening.
Yeah, we're very opening. We want to be like, you know, everybody's invited. Like, we have an event that we do once a month called No Sleep at Grand Reserva with Seko. He's a DJ at Fortune. He's one of the OG DJs in the game. Chelsea, one of my closest homies, literally like my closest best friend. Also, then we also have my other homie Jed. He's just a startup DJ, but he's already killing the game. And we also have this girl called Emma Jackson Bay Gem, I think her Instagram is Emma J, something like that. I forgot. But yeah, so all of us, all like youngsters, is trying to start something new. Because the thing is, like, I'm trying to find other ways to give opportunities. And like every single time I do an event, I always use local people. Like my kids, I call them my kids. They're called Soul Tribe. CJ and Vincent, they're literally killing the game right now, even though I'm not even trying to be cocky. Like, literally, they only have 2 songs, they get 54K for each of them. Like, yeah, they're crazy. Anyways, but I let them perform for the 1 year anniversary as like artists to do their first performance. You know, give them opening.
That on social media.
Exactly, that was that. And yeah, but it's like always just find opportunities to do stuff.
I like how you're using local artists and like creatives, but like, okay, when you're creating your team in a way, because I know you have set DJs you use at your events. I noticed that on social media it's kind of the same team. How'd you stumble across the photographers, video guys?
Family.
You just know
just
right?
all family. Like if I know people that want an opportunity and they just let me know, like, oh, even if people are starting out, if I see people like, oh, can I take some photos at your event? They come like one time, like, oh, sure. See their photos, I'm like, yo, this is dope. And I'm like, have you ever thought about like, do you want to work with us? And like, yo, that's dope. I've always thought of the opportunities. Like, I was just scared to ask them. Like, that's what we're here for. Just ask. We want you guys to be part of Vitaux. Like, if you guys have ideas of what you want us to do, let us know so we can make it better. Because like, we're not gonna make things better. We can't make anything better if it's just us, like me and Matt. Like every single time, it's like, oh, if we like this, is gonna be perfect. We gotta sell to customers, it's clientele. You gotta let your clientele know what you're doing for 100%. It to sound better. You know what I mean? Like, right? Yeah. So everybody feels at home. Because I want my whole, like, everybody that comes to Vitaux to feel like at part. Like when they come to an event, they feel like they're at home. They don't have to be like, oh, feel like, oh, like in the corner, like, oh, I'm scared to talk. Like, no, feel free to talk. Have fun. Like, talk to anyone. My mom comes to my events. That's crazy. A lot of people don't do that. My mom, I was like, I'm bringing my mom to my events. I don't give a damn what people say. Yeah. And my mom's like, she's very open also because she used to work with the youth. So I'm like, it's dope to have someone like that with you. Like, yo, I can have my mom at my own events do that stuff. Like, yo, hell yeah.
And it's your own event, so like, fuck it, right? You
exactly. Yo, who's gonna tell me no? Yeah. Like, really? Like, who's really gonna tell me no? If you don't like it, okay, thank you. Come again. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And let's talk about haters right now. How many haters have you ran into so far?
You see, a lot of people are sneak disses.
Yeah.
They don't want to tell me my face on Matt. But a lot of people are, oh, it's just a brand with a logo. But at the same time, we have a plan. Matt knows, like, the reason why Matt stays with me because he knows I'm not trying to be cocky. I kind of do know, like, I know what I want to do.
Self-awareness.
I'm self-aware. Yeah. There you go. I'm very self-aware what I need to do because I overthink a lot of things. My homies know, like, we even for like our events, no sleep and everything. I overthink. I'm in the corner sitting there posted. But it's not because I think anything sucks or anything's bad. I'm literally observing, like, yo, okay, this person's doing this. How can we make this person feel more engaged? What do we need to do? Like, you know, how do we change it to make the business sound better? Like, what do we need to do to bring in a certain amount of clientele? Or like, you know, to get more drinks at the bar, like stuff like that. You have to just think, you have to keep thinking moving. Like, even though things might be good at one moment, it's not going to be good forever. So you always got to think, how can you make something better for someone?
And then the next event, you can tweak it up, right?
And that's what I mean. So people the haters, I'm like, yo, they sometimes they can see that, oh, it's just a brand with a logo, or it's just a word on a t-shirt. I'm like, okay, but it's simple clothing. We're not trying to make anything spectacular for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like it, thank you for doing that. But at the same time, at least we're trying. For all the haters, like every single time people always tell me that, I'm like, yo, listen, me and Matt tried something. At least we're doing something about it.
You have the balls.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all, it's like how you're starting your event like this right now. Like a lot of people will be scared to do something like this, but you're doing it. Sorry. Yeah, I just noticed. I was like, okay. Anyways, but still, like at least you're doing it. The things that difference between us is like we're not scared to take the risks. Risk takers are gonna always be better. Like my homie Nathan, he's like hardcore worker. Straight up, just works every day, goes to school and everything, full-time student. But at the same time, he's not scared to take risk. My other homie Kingsley, same thing. He has like 11 jobs, always working. But at the same time, like he's always like knows what he wants to do, and he's like goal driven. As long as you have a goal, you have passion, and you know what you're gonna do. Don't worry about the haters. They're gonna love you or hate you. Doesn't matter.
They're always gonna be there.
And the thing is, haters, as much as they're still talking hate, they're still talking about you. So still talk is talk. So at least it's helping you out. Anyways, social media, they can talk shit.
Yeah.
But it might be good or bad, but still you're talking something.
It's doing good for you.
I'd rather let someone talk shit about me than at least like not talking about me at all. Because at least it's like, you're helping my brand out. Thank you. That's mainly it.
That's crazy though. Yeah, a lot of people do sneak this. They won't say anything straight up.
Because you get a lot of people also trying to say they want to support you. They come to the things and they're like, they want to see stuff. Like, it's good to have support, but if you're not buying anything, then like, okay, thanks. But like, oh, I love your brand, blah, blah,
Can
blah,
have
blah,
a free
blah.
t-shirt. Right?
Can have a free tee. So how have you helped me to get your free tee? What have you done to help us out to do the free tee, huh? Like, what have you, how do you get, people like DMing us like 200 followers, like, oh yeah, I want a free tee. I can help you guys out with this and that. And I'm like, what do you guys do? Oh, I'm an influencer.
Everyone is nowadays.
I'm like, bro, I can call myself an influencer.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I have that's different from you? Oh, I forgot a brand. Like, you know, at least I started, like, you know, it's just like stupid stuff. Like, why are you saying this stuff if you know it's not true? End of story. Just stop hating. To anyone that's like hating, just stop hating. Like, do something about it if you're gonna hate. Everybody says that. It's common sense. Just stop. It's annoying.
So how do you push like how do you select your influencers or like your people that are pushing your brand? Just through social media or?
Social media, and you also just get like the family. You get your close homies that do it, and just like keep them pushing from them, and then they'll grow from there. Because if you're family, you get people that come, like, you know, only like originally support you from day one. And then you get other people that come in, like even people from the store, like come into the brand, like, "Oh, you Solomon?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, you started Vitaux?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they like talk about how they love the brand and like how they like were inspired about stuff. I'm like, "Yo," and that's the people I want to like have as like influencers, like people that actually care,
authentic
like,
people,
authentic generosity and like happiness, like from the brand, like stuff like that. Compared to like these people, like, you know, the big, you know, artists or something. Yeah, it's cool, but at the same time, what are they gonna do if they don't love the stuff? What's the point of giving it to them? Because like, yeah, you got a couple fake fans, but then after that dies down, it's like, then what? Because look at Antisocial Club. I always just an experience, like, because it could be clout. You can have a clout brand, or you can have a real, authentic, generous brand. It might take longer for that generous, like, authentic brand to grow, but like Antisocial Club, we had a couple big homies in it, like Rihanna, Kanye West, like all these big stars. Yeah, it was around for 2 years. What happened now? Whereas, like, literally, how many times do you see Antisocial Club on the street?
Yeah, it's very rare now, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you have something like that, if you have something generous and, like, real, authentic, like, you know, like, even Kanye's shoes, Yeezys, he really put his bread and butter into something and really made it generous, and that's why other people started wearing it. It's like, oh, some people just like it because the club, but at the same time, like, you see him, like, he actually puts his heart and soul into stuff, and that's what I want to do with my brand. I want to put my heart and soul into stuff. I'm like, yo, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to put 100%, or I don't want it at all.
That was funny. Ara was actually talking about it earlier, how he wanted to ask you about Kanye West and how you feel about his clothing, right?
Oh, I love his clothing.
He just came out of nowhere with it. I wonder how long he was plotting before he actually released, right?
So obviously I did my little research because I love Kanye, but he first did what's those things called? You know when you do something, you work for free somewhere? Not intimate. I just watched it today also. He worked at like a clothing brand before for free. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, I was apprentice. He was like an apprentice at Fendi with Virgil. They both
learned a lot there, man.
They learned a lot of stuff because they're always into fashion, but they wanted to learn more, and that's how he started like learning from stuff like that. He just kept on gaining knowledge and just like did his own things. Connected with suppliers and find all that stuff, and then he just did his own thing. And now look at it, like the brand, he even has his own Yeezy supply. People don't think the shoes are like the thing. He has clothes also, which people don't understand. Like he has like Yeezy season 1, 2 to like 6, I think, or 7, I think.
He has quite a few now.
He has quite a few, yeah, exactly. But he's like, he put his passion to stuff and he wanted to make something authentic. He doesn't care if people buy it, but he's like, it's out there. He just wants people to be happy with it.
How I feel is like, okay, so in my opinion, I feel as if most brands, they release merch and clothing and stuff once they already have a huge following, right? But you're kind of doing the opposite. You're releasing merch as you're building a brand, right? What are some things that really help you besides events, obviously, building your brand, like social media? Or you?
Social media is key.
What are you on? Just Instagram?
Just Instagram, Facebook.
Are you running ads on all this?
We did ads on Instagram. We tried that out.
Nice.
But then we have a website. We don't have a lot, to be honest with you. I don't think we have anything else. Matt usually does all the social media stuff. I think that's it. I believe.
Are you on TikTok?
No, I know Matt was talking about doing TikTok. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you should hop on there.
Yeah,
I feel like
that'll be interesting to get like TikTok and Tinder. Tumblr. No, what's the other one?
Imagine you're on Tinder, right?
Yeah, I was like,
Vito Clothing on Tinder.
What's that one called? Triller. There you go. I was thinking Triller. Yeah, exactly. Triller.
I see a lot of artists on there.
Exactly. Yeah, see a lot of artists on, but like doing that one for fun also. But it's like stuff like that. It's like social media is really key. Even though I'm not like a very outgoing person, like social media, you need it. For like if you're doing like some type of business, you need social media, which sucks. But
one of the main reasons I wanted you on the podcast was just because like you're building a brand from literally scratch. It's not like you already have like 20,000 followers from whatever else you're doing, and then you introduce clothing, then it's easy sales right away,
it's like
right?
merch. But no, I want to start something organically. It's like, for me, it's the reason why like I always tell my homies, like, if I blow up, oh, my brand will blow up at the same time. Because I don't want it to be like, oh, he blew up, now he's starting something. Like, no, like if I do something good, it's going to be good. If I do something bad, okay, it's going to affect on the brand, but at least it's organic. Because there are all these people that do stuff like, you know, after some time. Yeah, it's smarter to do it. But at the same time, this is more of taking a risk, and I'd rather just take the risk and do it because that's just how I am. And Matt, we just both agreed on that. We're like, okay, let's do this. Bet. Push it. Yeah,
now
just
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Later, over a
year later, we sold over like, I think, $20,000 worth of items already. And
wow, man, that's
like
pretty good.
400 items, which is crazy to me. I'm like, yeah, that's just wild.
For
especially
one
like
year.
1 year. A lot of people like probably that's not a lot. I'm like, for me, that's a big jump. For me, like even when I saw like the first one, I saw like $3,000 worth of clothes. I'm like, yo, this like it was like 60 items. Like 60 people came in and actually bought stuff.
So from 0 to 20,000 in 1 year.
Exactly.
That's insane.
That's crazy to me. I'm like, yo, that's a miracle just in itself. Because like you see that, I'm like, yo.
Especially because you had no following before that. Yeah, you have your personal page, but I'm talking about the brand itself. It was just
we had
introduced.
started at 0. We started just like literally at December. Like we usually posted something like, okay, we're gonna start a brand. Posted, hi guys, we're starting a brand.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. People are like, oh, I remember I told you about it a bit. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start something. You're like, oh. A lot of people are like, oh, okay. Well, a lot of people also tell me like they always knew I was gonna do something like that after I had done high school, but I didn't know I was gonna do it because like I had to get support of my own best friend Matt to tell me, he's like, okay, start something. I was like, okay, I'm scared, but I'll try it with you because that's what our family does. Like we take care. If you want to tell me to do something, I'll help you with it, and let's just see how it grows. And
yeah,
now it's growing.
When I first met you, I can tell that you were just a motivated individual. And then as we knew each other more, you were telling me like you wanted to start something, and I could tell,
exactly.
Right?
And now, like, you're just driven. He's like, when you know you want to do something, I was like, I always knew I want to do something to impact others. Always my goal is to impact others. Like whatever I do is like find a way to impact others and like leave that thing in your life. Like always being able to like when I pass away, I want people to be like, oh, Solomon helped me. It impacted my life in this way.
I'm sure you already have impacted many people, right? Just by letting them come to DJ, take photos.
Exactly. Like
whatever, right?
Even what was it? Monday, I think it was. I was working, and this person came in. Like when this dude's sister came in, and this girl bought the Vitaux sweatsuit for her brother for a Christmas present. You know how much that melted my heart? I was like, bro, that's so dope to see that someone actually wants that for Christmas. They want that as a gift. Like my own brand, like what we did is they see that now. Like, oh, I wanted to give that to my brother, my younger brother for Christmas. I'm like, yo, that made my whole night after that. Cause I was really like in the mood at work because I'm tired. I just want to go home. I was like, yo, that's dope. To see, that's what I mean. That's what brings me a smile face. Like knowing that other people want my stuff. And like they actually just like they wear all the time. They wear like kids are wearing these, like one of my homies is she wearing a hoodie until like it's broke. I'm like, yo, you don't have to wear it that much. She's like, no, I actually love this hoodie. I'm like, yo. That means so much to me because I'm like, yo, you guys actually really want to rock this stuff. It's not because of me. It's because like they like the brand. They like what we're doing, and that's what makes me feel dope. I'm like, yo, we're doing something and impacting others, which is dope. Because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I made a brand, and like I asked them why they're doing it. Oh yeah, because it was fun. I'm like, what you gonna get out of it? Oh, I'll make some money out of it. I'm like, I don't care about like man, I know, like I don't give a damn about the money. I don't care how much we can make, like $500 to like $0. I don't care. As long as that impacts someone, I don't mind what we do. That's it. Because we can sacrifice it all.
That's how you're going to win when you're not money motivated, right?
People need to understand that if you don't care about the money, you're going to go a lot further, especially with passion. That's all you need is just passion for what you want to do.
Let's talk about Dipped for a second. So you work in Dipped, Van City.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge to be in a store as a clothing brand, especially starting. It's very difficult to get in there because you got to prove your sales before you go into a store, right? You can't just get in there. So let's talk a bit about like how that's really helped your brand being in Dipped. And that's a well-established clothing store in Vancouver. Do you get a lot of randoms that walk in and just look at the merch and buy it?
Honestly, you get some of those, but you mainly get like the people that follow the Instagram, like the kids that come in. It's like they know about the brand a bit. They literally come in like, oh, is it Vitaux Clothing here? And I'm like, oh, snap, that's crazy. I guess it's the Instagram stuff. Like people just know what it is already. You get a couple randoms, but it's more like meh. But it's like the reason why I think Jeff allowed me, because he knew I had a following of people like wanting to like look at the stuff. Because as soon as I did the first pop-up, it was like packed in there.
I remember I was there. Yeah.
Exactly. It was like a crazy, and that was the first ever event we did. And I was like, okay, dope. And like he saw from that, he's like, yo, you even told me, like, you guys did good. Like for you guys to start up a starting brand and doing this much already, you guys are doing it. Like he was like, I'm even shocked. I'm like, thank you. That means a lot. He's like, hear from someone that's been doing this game for like 20 years. One of the first ever clothing stores in Vancouver, like streetwear stores, is his. And for him to tell me like, yo, that's dope. I want you to sell it here because he supports what we do. And I'm like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, to be honest, when I was
it's manifestation, bro. You have to just like, but like stuff like that. Because I told him plain straight, I was like, I'm gonna sell online. I just want to sell online. I don't mind how we sell. Like, man and I were ready to like just sell outside of a car. Like literally just in the back of his car, just have the bunch of boxes. Like, yo,
in the red Mercedes.
Yeah, the red Mercedes had the mirror side there too. Like, just get ready to put it on the side. Like on the weekends, like, yo, we're gonna be at this block. Come pull up, type of thing. But after that, for him to give us the opportunity to sell them, like, yeah, that means a lot because it shows like he supports what we do and also like he cares about what we're doing here and like how we're gonna impact. Because he knows that what we're trying to do is like, we don't do it for the money. We do it because like we want to just change people's visions and just like lives and stuff. Not even like in a big way, like, oh, it would be like we can change people like with healthcare and stuff, but like something like simple, like, you know, just change people's lives and like clothing. I don't know, like just change people's lives. That's all we want to do.
So now you're already in Dipped, right? So can you easily get into some other stores in Vancouver from showing your track record through Dipped, or how's the process with that?
Yeah, we could, but at the same time for us, it's like we're trying to do it more organically because we want to be like more offered. I don't want to be like, a thing about me and Matt, we don't like pushing stuff. We don't want to push like, oh, people like, oh, come, you know, oh, we have this clothing brand, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if they want to be like, oh, they see it like, oh, that's dope. Have you ever thought about doing this and that? Like, let it come naturally to you instead of you just be like, oh, trying to push it. Because if you try and break down the door, you're going to leave a dent. If you try and open it softly, it's going to be natural. You know what I mean? It's going to be no.
So you prefer for someone to like, hey, I have a store. I like your brand,
exactly.
right?
Someone organically be telling me that they like the stuff instead of like I was trying to push it just for them to get some sales, because I wanted to be like, they want to like the stuff before they buy it, before like, you know, because people can just buy the stuff like, see, like, oh, we have sales. Oh, these guys make some good money. Let's bring them in. Like, okay, cool. But
you want to really vibe with them, right?
I want them to vibe with the clothing brand. I'm like, oh, this is dope. I like what you guys are doing here. Have you thought about the opportunity of like being somewhere else? I'm like, okay, that's when I'll be like, okay, let me look into it. Because sometimes people are like, oh yeah, that's dope. But I'm like, yeah, just because you like, you know, you have people doing that, like, doesn't mean you want to do it, because what do you get out of that? You know, money, okay, cool. But then people just don't even like your brand. What's the point of that? And especially if you go into a store that doesn't match your vibe, you're not gonna sell. Like, it's just common sense. Like, if you don't
That's very true, actually.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you're in the right store.
Exactly.
I feel like Dipped is perfect for you. So, like, let's go talk a bit about, like, your past experience. Do you have any past experience with the clothing besides Dipped, working in Dipped?
Like, just like clothing? Like,
yeah, like, have you printed t-shirts before?
Nope.
Nothing. Just straight up into it.
Just, I always wanted to do like fashion. Well, I didn't always want to do fashion. I just knew I had a thing for fashion when I was even younger, because my mom used to always dress me nice. Even when I was young, she used to put me like Timbs and like the big fur coats. Even when I was in England, stuff with the big like hats, snapbacks and stuff. I was like, yo, this is dope. And just from there, like, I remember my first ever paycheck that I got, I went straight to Dipped and started like, I balled out my whole. I went Matt and I just bought clothes and like shoes and stuff. We just wanted to like have like matching bags. It was like just like stuff like that. We were always like, we wanted to be into fashion, so I was like, yo, let's just try it out, and we just did it and just kept on.
How'd you get into Dipped? Did you just hand in your resume, or did you know Jeff?
Now that's a funny story. So before I got into Dipped, I tried to get into that store at least good 4 or 5 times.
Just
like,
knocking
I just kept
on the door, right?
Kept on like, yo, when you guys hiring? And I never be that type of person. I don't do that for anything. I was like, this store. I remember telling my friends, I was like, yo, after high school, this is straight up manifestation. No matter what anybody says, like, this was like God-given gift. I remember I literally went inside there every single year, like, yo, you guys hiring? And I remember they hired one dude. I remember I was so mad. I was like, I saw it. I was like, that should have been my job. That should have been me right there. But it's obviously because like they needed a full-time instead of a part-timer. So after I left school, I saw one of the Secco, like I knew his face because obviously I saw him on social media. I saw this dude, I was like, yo, this guy's DJ Secco, like he's one of the OG DJs and stuff. And Jeff used to come to Zara also. I used to work at Zara in Richmond, but then they moved me down to downtown. Thank God they did, because that was a miracle from God. It was busier, but like then Secco came and I helped him. I was like, yo, your name's Secco, right? He's like, yeah, man, what's up? I'm like, yo, I see you work at Dip. He's like, yeah. And after we started chopping it up, and what happened? Like he came in another time, and I guess he liked how it was. Cause he even told me like, hey, he's like, he saw me at Dipped. He told me, he's like, I saw you at Dipped and you weren't. Oh, not at Dipped. He was Zara. He's like, this wasn't your spot. You're supposed to be like at Dipped. You're like a Dipped employee. I was there, and then one day he literally told me, he's like, yo, we're hiring. I was like,
so Secco kind of like scouted you.
Yeah, he's the one scouted me.
Yeah.
And I was like, say less. Went down the next day, printed my resume at Staples. Didn't even have enough money to print it out. I had to beg them to like give me a free piece of paper to print it out. Printed that, went down to Dip before my shift. Gave them my resume to all he used to work there. He worked there for 6 years. Now he's like doing his own thing with music and stuff. But like, I went down there and then I got my resume and I got an email back from Jeff like the day after. And I was like, Mom! She's like, what? I was like, I got an interview. She's like, for what? I was like, for Dip. She's like, this is not the story. I was like, yeah! I was like so excited. I was jumping up and down praising God. I was like, I did it. Just for the interview. I wasn't even excited about getting the job. I was like, yo, I got the interview. And then after that, he told me like how he went to me. I was like, okay, I'll go. I was like, what am I gonna wear? What am I gonna wear? I had to get like, my best outfit. I got my Yeezys on. I put on like the Calabasas sweater. I had like my Yeezy pants. I put on the whole Kanye fit. Went down and then he was talking to me. And I guess he just liked how I was, because he thought I was passionate and stuff. I went inside I went to the interview, right? It was like 10, it was literally like an hour before my job, work at Zara.
Yeah.
I'm stuttering now to say, because it still was like to me, it was one of my biggest moments of my life. Went in there, right? And then after we sat outside, me and Jeff, he was talking to me about stuff. He's like, how he's talking about the job and how I am, and like what I like to do and stuff. And I told him about how I love the brand and how it's been around like for history, and like how I care about like how Dips has been around. Like I want to help build it into a better way. And literally it was like a good 20, 30 minutes passed by and I didn't even notice. He literally was like, yo, you got the job. I want you to work here with me. And I kept on babbling. I was like, after a good 10 minutes after, I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, you got the job. I was like, no. And I literally wanted to tear up. I was like, yo, bro, really? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, I was like, when do you want to start? I was like, I could start right now. And the thing is, like, I'd work at Zara.
An hour later, right?
Literally an hour later. So then he told me, like, how about this day, like Sunday? And I was like 2 days after it was 2 days after I got hired. So literally I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Got there, Zara the day off. This is the worst part. I went to Zara. And then I saw my manager. I was like, hey, how you been? She's like, I'm good. I'm like, so I have to tell you something bad. And she's like, what? She thought I was joking because she loved me. I was supposed to be a visual merchandiser at Zara for one time. They wanted me to like do some more like up stuff because they saw me. I was always hardworking. I was always like, typical hardworking kid that goes there 80 hours a week. 40 hours, 80 hours 2 weeks. You know how it is. Yeah. But yeah, so I did that. And I was like, so I have to quit for Dip. They're like, the store down the street that doesn't really, it's kind of slow these days. I'm like, yeah, but that's my dream job. Because the thing is, if I didn't go to Dipped, I wouldn't start Vitaux. So like, I knew it was going to open opportunities for me. I was like, I have to do it. It's just like, God gave me the ability, the opportunity. I'm gonna take it. So I did that, and so literally like, so when do you have to quit? And I was like, so I have to quit today.
Right now.
Just like right now on the spot. So I was like, this is gonna be my last shift. Like, so that's it. And I was like, yep. So bye.
They seem pretty chill about it, right?
Oh
like
no, they weren't.
They understood.
They were chapped. They were very chapped. I didn't know why they were so chapped at me. They're like, there was big opportunities for you. Like, there was a lot of doors going to be open for you. Because obviously Zara's a big company, so it could be like a lot of money. But saying to like, being a visual there doesn't mean like you get your own authentic thing to do. Like, they give you a piece of paper, like, do this. I was like, no, I ain't doing that. Like, I want to be authentic. Come to Dips. Jeff was like, you can be on the stories. You can do this. You can merchandise the story you want to do. You can do the mannequin. I loved playing with the mannequin.
Dressing it up,
just
right?
Adjusting it up. I was like, yo, this is so sick. Like, you could just do whatever you want. And like, how he gave us opportunities to just do stuff like that. And then after that, my friends started coming to Dips, like, started chilling and else that. And he started seeing like how he started to vibe. Then like, now it's more like it's a chill vibe. People come to shop, and also I make sure people feel welcomed. So no matter who it is, I'm like, yo, come to Dips, like, catch a vibe. If you want to eat, go eat. Like, we're not gonna like be like, oh, get the hell out. Like, if you're eating, like, come chill. Like, just have a chill vibe. And that's what I brought to the store. And I was like, I'm trying to bring more of like a chill, laid back feel for people just to be like, yo, just feel relaxed and feel happy here. And Jeff's seen that, like, we sell, but we also have a good time. Like, we just has fun there. That's what I did. So
that's how it should be, right?
Yeah, and that's how so that's the story of how I started at Dips. And now I started as a sales associate, and then I became the assistant manager. Now I'm the manager.
I didn't know that, man.
And I was just And I've been there for only 2 years. I'm like, that's crazy to me too. It's like, yeah, this dude Gabe, he's like, I probably am one of the youngest managers he's ever had, because a 20-year-old to trust a 20-year-old to do like run your whole store is crazy. But he knows I'm not gonna like let it burn down to flames. Like, I'm gonna make sure it succeeds no matter what I have to do.
You have your own brand too, so you kind of understand how shit goes, right?
Exactly. So it's like, to see that, like, I need to make sure I can make this the best it can for him and for me, because it's my home. Like, I love that store to death, and he knows that I'll be there. If I have to sleep there, he knows I'll just, like, literally, I'm probably there more than I'm even at my own house, and I don't mind that, because I actually when you love your job, it doesn't feel like work. So that's it.
There's big differences between working in a bigger company and a smaller one. Like, look how fast 2 years you jumped to a management position, right? Because you're also good too. You didn't just get it, right?
Yeah.
For 2 years, but Zara, let's say you're putting in work, you could be 10
hustling,
years,
bro.
10 years till you're in the
hustling,
management talk, right?
bro. I'm like, yeah.
So it's two different things. And when you're working in a smaller company too, you see a lot more of how a business is run, and that probably helped you with your own brand, right?
Exactly. Because the thing is, like, for me, like, I remember I told Jeff one day, I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to go back to school for what? He's like, for what? And I was like, I have to go back to see how to start like my own business, like, own clothing store. He's like, why would you do that when you work here? You can learn everything from me. I was like, okay. So at least he's taught me step by step how to do stuff, like, like just marketing, this and that. And it's like, from him, I've learned how to do other things, and I've found other people to mentor me for other things, also like business stuff. And it's dope that you can find like other teachers out of school, because people always like, oh, school's the only way to get out of there. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, school ain't shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, if you're not gonna be a doctor, a dentist, a nurse, or something like that, or like if you know you don't need school, don't go. That's all I say.
It can only teach you so much, but when you're in the real world, learning from these real professionals, they teach you shit school doesn't even know.
Exactly, like,
right, in the industry.
Because think about it, if I started my own clothes store after I went to school, I would be like, yo, the crackhead comes in. What? Oh God, how do I do this? How do I like? You don't deal with stuff like that, or like, if the cash is miscounted, like, you don't understand like stuff like that, like normal stuff that happens at stores. You have to understand, like, is it everyday thing? You have to learn from that. So I'm like, okay, let me try it from this perspective. And I was like, now I need to learn the legal stuff. I'll probably just learn online and stuff, because honestly, I'm not gonna go back to school for that stuff, because it's just stupid. Because you have to pay like $1,000 to learn like literally something you can learn in a book, or you can literally get a book from someone else that went. So it's like, what's the point of me going to school when I can learn it from other people? I can just learn from my own person that started the store, and he's been doing it for like 20 years. Why do I listen to him?
He has all the knowledge.
He's been helping out everyone. Like, even, do you know THC down on Main Street? Yeah. Spencer, he used to work at Dipped. He started at Dipped. He literally, like, he went to Jeff. He's like, yo, I need you to teach me some game about how to run a store. That was it. And Jeff was like, I'll help you. Same thing for me. I told him, I was like, in 2 years probably. I told him by 2021, I'll probably leave to start my own store. Probably gonna be the end of 2021 now, because I have to see how to do it legally. Because I don't want a big store. I just want like a little basement, but see how to like do
That's
stuff.
That's still a
like,
huge step for yourself.
Exactly,
right?
for me to like see how much income I need to make sure I'm stable enough to like do something like that. Because obviously, like, we're adults now, we have a different type of lifestyle. We go out, we do this and that. So it's like, I need to make sure I have enough money to make, to just be accountable to do stuff, compared to just like, drop everything back. I'm starting a store. It's like, no, you need to make
There's
sure.
a lot of hidden expenses, right? Like the rent, you have the
insurance. It was like even minor things like toiletries. You know what I mean? Like when people are like, oh, we ran out of toilet. I didn't think of that.
Cleaning supplies,
like stuff like that. Exactly. People don't think of that. I'm like, yo, you have to think like every small budget type of thing. First aid equipment, like stuff like that. People get paper cuts. I'm like, that's all on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Pens, literally everything.
Pens, pencils, all types of stuff. Door stoppers. Okay, that was a random one. I don't know why.
Yo, we can get so deep on
right?
that. Door stoppers.
You can start thinking about everything. Like every single thing you need.
You probably will, if you do open your store, write a list out of everything, right? And really budget it.
Because the thing is, I overthink everything, so Matt knows it. Like, I'll think of from A to Z.
That's kind of a good thing, though.
And then it's like a 1, 2, 3 list after that too. I'm like, yo, I need to have all this stuff done. I need to have this done. And sometimes it's like, you don't even need that. I'm like, I just want it just in case, make sure everything's perfect. I know for like events and like having a store is not going to be perfect, but that's just the ride of it. You got to just learn, like, give or take.
What can we learn? What can we expect from Vitaux Clothing in 2020?
We're going to be doing our spring, summer stuff hopefully I'll have it ready by May or June.
That's your next launch?
Yeah, next launch. We're going to do like an ancient history theme next year. So we're doing like an ancient Japanese collection and an ancient,
that'll be fire.
Like an English knights and, knights and princesses, stuff like that, old school collection like that. And then also we're going to be doing more accessories. So we're going to try and do some beanies, gloves,
nice.
Socks. randomly, I have to admit the socks are gonna be kind of weird, but I really want to do socks. I was like, let me do socks because no one's done socks. I'm like, okay, let's try it out. So we're gonna do socks, beanies, gloves. Hopefully we'll have that by like February or March. So before like it gets too warm, have something like more like a chilly season type of thing. And then December, we're gonna do. I don't know if I have that much so far. I think I only have. No, so the ancient history is gonna be spring, summer is gonna be the Japanese, and then fall, winter will be the medieval stuff. And then the year after that, 2021, we're gonna do more collabs with other brands like Stick Up Kids, hopefully Home Depot, Dipped, stuff like that. I want to start going to the community, like, okay, after I finally like have 2 successful seasons, I'm like, okay, now I can go out and branch out to others to be like, how many things we need to sell for like certain things, like certain amount of t-shirts you need to sell, like certain amount of long sleeves or hoodies, like, because of the winter season, like people want to buy certain things, like, stuff like that.
I like how you have everything planned already, right?
That's just how I overthink. I just overthink. And I'm like, I need to make sure everything's perfect, because if I'm not going to do it perfect, I don't do it. Because it's like, oh, I forgot something. I'm like, why would you forget if you couldn't just get it done in the beginning? Like, it's just common sense. Like, just get everything organized, do it, make sure everything's off the list. And then after that, if you forget something, like, okay, it's just minor thing compared to big things. Like, oh, it's like if I made a whole collection of clothing, like, oh shit, I forgot to make t-shirts. I'm like, well,
fucks everything up.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that just messed up like a whole collection, because you need t-shirts for like a collection. Like, it's common sense. Like, every clothing brand needs t-shirts. It's
essentials.
Yeah, it's essentials. Stuff like that. So yeah.
Let's talk content. Are you documenting everything you're doing with Vito? Like
paperwork wise?
Just everything. The legal side of things, everything.
Yeah, we have to do all that stuff, because like Matt mainly does, like, he like keeps all the receipts and all that stuff. I'm like,
by document, I mean like actually like recording it. You know how we're doing?
Oh no, we don't.
I think that'll be wicked if you guys do that. Then you can market it in a way like how to start a clothing brand, right? You get views, which leads to more.
But saying that's more like, I don't do it because I feel like, one, like I said, I don't want people to be my business. None of the bad.
Yeah, you were telling me that earlier.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest person to be online. Like, Matt even like records, like takes Instagram stories stuff. You see my Instagram, all I do is promote. I don't like posting about my life, because people just aren't too nosy, and it turns into gossip. I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan of that. But then also it's because I don't want to like do, because the thing is, if I say how to start a clothing brand and we don't do it the proper way, people are like, oh, you did it wrong. I'm like, well, remember, we're starting
how to start a clothing brand the Vito way.
Exactly, the Vitaux way or something like that. They're like, oh, well, still, bro, you see people like, oh, this is not right. I'm like, well, fuck off. Honestly, I'm like, yo, honestly, it's how we did it.
Turn comments off.
Yeah, just
on videos.
Turns comments off, turns all like, I don't even see the views type of thing. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, let me just, for now, I'm not, probably back next year when I have, because remember, this is the first year. I don't want to be like, oh, the first year is how we did it. Would have been dope, but at the same time, like, because obviously it was like mine, especially Matt and I, like, our meetings.
I think it would have been dope, like seeing the whole start, like literally from the start.
Yeah.
And then all the way till now, the end of the year. And then you still have content from when you're in your store in 2021 at the end of it, right? Then you have 3 years of footage.
That'd be like a movie.
Yeah, that would legit be a movie at that point.
But at the same time, man, I will probably forget the camera a couple times, because we're not that smart with that stuff. Sometimes we even forget the laptops. We're like, oh, snap. We go to the meeting place, we're like, all right, let's do it. He's like, what? I'm like, I forgot my laptop. He's like, where's it? I'm like, at home. And I'm like, bro, we're all the way in Richmond. I'm like, I know.
That's the biggest fear. Like when we set up all our cameras, I'm like so scared I forgot like a SD card or something.
It's like, oh. And you have to go run down to pick it up, or like you just buy a new one. I'm like, okay, whatever, just buy a new one. I'm like, okay, well, obviously a laptop you can't just buy away straight like that. But you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I'm like, well, snap. That ain't gonna work. But yeah, that'll be cool. But just like for time, I don't do that right now. It's like mainly I want to focus on other people doing their things also, because like for me it's more of a platform.
You have a team, you have people that will shoot for you and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I ask every guest about content, what they're doing.
Yeah.
For content and stuff. It's so interesting. There's so much content out there though. Like you have to stick out. You can't just
do the same old.
Yeah, do the same old.
That's, I think our events is what I think is a bit better than others. Not trying to be any cocky way to any other brands, but like, because we do other events, we try and bring other people in, like, local, photographers or like artists or like the family to DJ and stuff. Like we get not even local, but like this a family to do our stuff. I'm like, yo, that's dope. And how we actually do events compared to other people, like, oh, they just do one thing. Like, no, we'll just branch it off to do everything at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like how you're doing events. Not too many clothing brands do events like that.
And we're definitely looking into doing other projects, actually, Matt and I, but we're not going to say what it is yet, but it's like we have a couple things on the list that we're going to be doing, because like we're definitely taking a lot of risks, especially like because we have the brand now. Like, okay, we have a brand and we have it legally, like we have the name legally. Let's see what else we can do. And we're just going to just keep on like push. If it fails, like, I scratch that idea, let's just start something new. Like, really
don't dwell on it, right?
Just don't dwell, because the thing, like, yes, money, but what's really going to happen with that money if you just leave it sitting there? Like, just like if you buy a car, like an expensive car, you just don't drive it. What's it going to do? It's going to catch dust. unless you like invest it, you could use it for long years. You can impact other people's lives. Because if I can, hopefully next year I can even do like a little food bank thing with a clothing drive, have enough clothes where we sell, like give it to others to be like, okay, to homeless, like, oh, here you go. Even kids that can't afford. Kind of one year my mom couldn't give me any Christmas presents, and I'm like, you know what, that's okay. You know, so that's what I'm gonna be able to do, give that back now. Like if people do that for me, I'm like, yo, we can use that money that we got from Vitaux to make like toys or like stuff like that for kids, because like to bring joy, because you don't need to be like, oh, I made money, blah blah blah. I'm not a Scrooge. I'm not trying to be like a Scrooge. I want to be like, be able to give others happiness and stuff, you know.
That's dope. It's always good to see a brand, you know, that's not just about the money.
Yeah, fuck the money, to be honest with you. Like,
I'm excited to see what you have planned next year. It's going to be exciting because you already came a long way, 0 to 20,000. In my eyes, that's huge too. Some people might think it's not, but
for us,
for me at least,
yeah, bro. It's like, to me, it's like, that's just crazy. Just to even say that out loud, I'm like, yo, we made that much money. It's just like, even hearing my own voice, I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Starting a clothing brand's hard. I tried before. I'm not sure if you remember.
I remember that.
Like
it was
a month or so.
Did you do it for the dance thing also?
Well, we just sold our t-shirts at a dance event.
There you go.
We weren't like a part of the dance.
Oh, okay. Wasn't that Mick Roberts? It was like Mick Roberts, right?
Palmer.
There you go.
So we just got in the event. Yeah. We knew one of the teachers there. They hooked us up, and then we just printed 50 t-shirts. That's it. Packaged it and just sold them. That really opened my eyes. Like, damn, building a brand from scratch, a clothing brand.
People think it's easy. That shit hard, bro.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's very tough.
The amount of times that man I stress about stuff, I'm like, yo, we have to go back to the drawing board. I'm like, okay, we have to do this. It's like, fuck, how many times do we have to do it over and over again to make it like the best it can be?
Who's the designer? Not designer. Designer, I guess, the graphic designer, the one that puts it in the AI files, Illustrator.
We have a lot of local people to do it, honestly. Yeah, we have a lot of homies like like can pull up and do it. But I'm like, yo, can you do this? Because every single person has their own type of style. Like the old manager at Dip, Nikki, she was the one that did the collage at Dip. Do you know the one that was like the spring sun was like this big collage with like people in it? She did that. Okay. That was like her thing. And then like Seko did like his design and stuff. Like it was like stuff like that. We had like other people. I always bring other local people.
Did that
yeah, he made this design. Like I gave him because the thing is I can't draw for shit.
Yeah.
So I literally like drew it out. I was like, I'm gonna try and make a balloon type of thing. I showed him. I was like, yo, can you make this into a graphic? And he did it. And I was like, thank God.
So he can draw really well. So he drew it out into that.
Did this exactly, stuff like that. So which is dope.
There's so many little things people don't realize. Like you were telling me earlier, there's 6 colors on there, so that means there's 6 different screen prints they have to do on the hoodie, and each print is its own price. Yeah,
exactly. Right? So it's like, after you get the total price, I'm like, well, I didn't think this through. You know, because obviously for me, Matt tries to tell me, he tries to warn me, he's like, yo, be careful, you know, it's gonna be this much. I'm like, nah. Let's just do it. I don't care. Like, just boom, boom, boom. I'm just the type of person. I'm like, yo, if I want it done, I get it done. So I did that. And then I see the price. I'm like, oh shit.
Are you guys into custom tags right now?
We did for the last 2 seasons, but this one, because it was already champion, I was like, yeah, I don't want to be taking off the tags because it's just weird. Because like champion already has their own tag. Just leave it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Tags you use a supplier as well, and
we just like do the screen print on the back of it also, this instead of doing like a whole tag, because like I think we're gonna start doing that next year.
The screen printing is just as good. Like
exactly, but it still works exactly. So I'm like, yo, what's the point of us trying to make it like a tag? Because the thing is, those can rip off. I'm like, well,
even on the tags, you have to like legally put certain things on there. Exactly. People don't even know that either. There's a lot of things.
So many things. Like when I had to learn, I was like, yo, you have to put all this shit on a t-shirt.
Yeah, you can't just put. You have to put like where it's from.
Yeah, all that. You have to put the price from. You have to those little symbols like the towel dry and this. And I'm like,
it's like a hanger on there or whatever.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
like
you have to.
I never
saw
this before.
The washing instructions.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's like so stupid. I'm like, yo, they're telling me about this stuff. I'm like, yo, it has a hanger. Then it has a little square thing with the X. I'm like, is this science all over again? I'm like, I literally left school like a couple years ago and I have to learn this shit again.
You have to go back to school now,
I'm
man.
like, yo, I have to learn this stuff. I'm like, you see me research, I'm like, yo, I need this. I'm like, oh, well, great. And people come up to me like, oh, is it tumble dry? I'm like, tumble dry? And you see me research, I'm like, yes, it is. It's like, you have to learn stuff you don't even know. I'm like, oh. It's always new opportunities, like things you have to learn, obstacles, but it's like, I have to just get through it type of thing.
For your clothing, do you like usually use pre-shrunk clothing or?
Usually pre-shrunk. Yeah, because then it's easier. So people
it works better, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes it shrinks. I'm like, well, what the fuck?
So all your clothing, it's for both females and males, right?
Unisex. And then after that, I'm hoping I have a couple homies I've asked them about if they want to do it. Because the thing is, if I make a female line, I'm not making it because it's just gonna be weird. Because the thing about if a guy just like, I'm not trying to be like a whole sexist type of thing. But like, I want to do a female clothing, I'll give them an idea of what I want, but I want them to do it because they're gonna be the ones wearing it. So what's the point of me trying to make something for them? Like, oh, this is what it looks like, and like, you know, like you guys.
It's different fits. And
exactly.
Stuff,
so I'm like, yo, if I make a women's line, I'm like, yo, you guys design it. Let me know, and I'll just be like the person that be like, okay, this is dope. Let's do this. Let's do not do this. You know, stuff like that. Be the end person.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything you want to leave on the table? At the end of this podcast, you want people to know about yourself, your clothing line?
Honestly, just
any shout outs?
Oh, shout out Matt, shout out Seko, shout out Jed, shout out Chelsea, shout out Jeff Martini, obviously. Shout out my mom because she's supporting me from day dot. Shout out to you, bro, for starting something that's like people are scared to do. Like for real. Like I remember in high school, like we would just like we used to go to parties together. Like it's just be like we were just the dreamers. Like used to be like, oh, we're gonna do something one day.
That's how we met, right?
Exactly. We used to parties. It's like we just used to do that, and now we're just like, look at us. We're doing stuff in this city that people probably are scared to do. Like we're just breaking barriers.
That was a wild party, man. I still remember that day.
Classics.
When was that? Like 5 years ago?
Yeah. Whoa, that's so crazy to say out loud. Damn, 5 years ago. And you always think about like also like in high school, you don't really think where you're gonna be. Cause I remember in high school, like everybody was going to college. I was like, am I ever gonna do something good with my life? I remember I used to say it to myself. I remember there was like a good month when I used to stay at home, just like crying, like, yo, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do something good in my life because I feel like I'm just gonna be a bum for the rest of my life.
We're still young though. It's patience, right?
Exactly.
We just gotta wait.
You just gotta like patience, and also just like trust in God. Just trust what like the plan, and you'll be good.
High school's so like safe in a way because you're secure. Yeah, you just go to class
like,
every day.
You just go to class, or you skip, and it's like just like, yo, okay, whatever. But like after like, oh well, now what?
And then once you're done high school, you're thrown into the real world, right?
And that's the scary part. You're like, oh snap, now what?
Well, even if you go to school, I guess you're still kind of safe, but you're still you're paying a lot more. But once, let's say you're done your schooling as well, and then you're in the
real world. Like, oh snap, now what? That's the thing is for me is like, yo, I spent full time and just, but yeah, shout out to like everybody else is supporting the brand right now, and supporting us, me and Matt, for like just being on our asses, be like, yo, you guys are really helping others. It means a lot to us. Even like, no matter who it is, like no matter, I don't really care. It can even be like a talking dog for all I care. But even if it's just know someone supports, that's what means a lot to us. Like, yo, you guys are really caring about what we do and how we do it, and like it means a lot because like we're the ones that want to make sure that you guys get what you guys want, and everything. Like Vitaux is gonna be around for a long time, like I said, because we're gonna keep on pushing. Because consistency is the key. It's not even like someone like just consistently doing stuff.
You can't give up after 1 year or 2 years.
Also, right? Shout out to CJ and Vincent 224 Soul. They're the ones that are making music. Make sure you check out the latest single, Pain Street. It's on SoundCloud, Tidal, and Spotify and Apple Music. Yeah, they're at 16K on Spotify. So yeah, just make sure you keep an eye out for them because they're going to be doing that stuff. They're talented. Two talented kids. Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. Definitely are. But thank you for letting me be on this.
No worries. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, no, of course.
Maybe in a year from now, I'm selecting a few guests to do like a year later kind of podcast.
Yes.
And see where they've been.
That would be
I think you're on that list for sure.
Okay.
That'll be awesome. Yeah. Hopefully Matt can join you next time.
Yeah, next time I'll make sure I bring him too to make sure he can just be here.
That was dope. That was a great combo, man.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Always a pleasure. Means a lot.
That was sick.
Damn.